everybody, Tommy and Melissa, and this is a video response to Davey Wavy. He did a video on adopting a pet from a shelter because it's National Adopt a Pet from a Shelter Month, and we wanted to introduce Randy. If you've seen a couple of our other videos, you've seen him in there where he's kind of the feature dog, but we rescued him from a rescue shelter called Recycled Pets in South Carolina in Rock Hill, and he's been a blessing.
He's the monkey.
He's been one of the highlights of our lives. I mean, we of course have other dogs and other cats that we have. All of them are rescues, every single one of them, and honestly, for me, I could not ask for anything more loving and more caring than this little guy or his brothers and sisters, Medusa and Lucky. If you've seen any of the other videos, you've seen them too. Medusa actually has her own YouTube channel.
She makes videos. She's very creative.
Hers is called Deuce Face. Now, if you're looking for a very specific breed, there are, of course, breed-specific rescue leagues, pugs, German shepherds, greyhounds, boxers,
yep.
Almost any kind of dog or cat, for that matter, that you're interested in adopting. Go ahead and look up these rescue leagues in your area, and they definitely have a lot of dogs and cats in the shelters, and you will not be sorry. They are a wonderful addition to your life, to your home.
And shelters have puppies, they have adults, they have sometimes they'll have dogs that are just a few months old that are already housebroken, had their shots, they're fixed. They basically have all that puppy stage stuff taken care of that you don't have to worry about. Or, sometimes they'll have older dogs that were rescues from, from senior citizens that had to go to nursing homes and couldn't take their loved pets with them.
Or had passed away.
Yeah, and they're perfectly good animals. And the shelters, they usually have adoption fees anywhere from usually about $50 to $150. And that tiny little fee covers all of those veterinary bills that you would usually pay upwards of $300, $400, $500 for, just to get them fixed and get their shots and get them looked at. And that's already all been done. So, I mean, getting an animal from a shelter is really a great deal because they've already been
very cost effective.
They've been checked medically, and a lot of them have been evaluated socially. And if you're looking for a particular attitude in your animal, the shelters are usually really good about being able to narrow that down too. If you're looking for somebody who's laid back or good with kids or whatever, that kind of thing, when you buy a puppy, you don't know that.
Right.
But when you get an adult dog, especially from small shelters, they usually know that kind of thing.
Okay.
The attitudes about the animals, so they can really help you pick somebody who's a good match for your family, for your kids, for your other pets, if you got that kind of thing. And they live on a shoestring a lot of times with those pet fees. I mean, they don't get money from anywhere else. It's just the adoption fees and any donations, and everything else just comes out of pocket. So those people are dedicated,
very dedicated
to their animals.
And you know that they're loved and well taken care of. I used to work with this lady named Laurie, and she was a vet tech, or the animal hospital that I worked in, and she loved those animals. And everything she did, though she got a discount by working at the vet's office, she did everything on her paycheck, everything that those animals needed. And that kind of love and care, these animals are taken care of. And there are a lot of no-kill shelters that you can look into, and they're just great.
You can find what you want. You can find age, breed, temperament, whatever you need.
And they will let you spend time with them before you adopt them, so that you can see if the dog or the cat that you've chosen is a right fit for you.
Sometimes they'll even loan them out. And if it doesn't work out, a lot of the shelters are really good about saying, if it doesn't work out, bring them back.
Mm-hmm.
Don't take them to a shelter, or don't take them to the pound, or pass them along to people you don't know, that kind of thing. And it's just great. Also, I know a lot of shelter organizations have other animals that are not so usual.
Ferrets.
They have, on petfinder.org, you can search for anything from ferrets and rats and...
Horses.
I don't think they do fish.
No, they don't do fish.
They do just about everything else that walks. Horses, goats, pigs, rabbits, ferrets, you name it, it's on there. Even snakes, I've seen some of them do, where they're, pet snakes that, or pets and snakes and lizards and amphibians, that kind of stuff.
Now, we got Randy when he was 6 months old, so he was,
He was just a baby.
He was just a baby. And Lucky and Medusa, we rescued them from a very poor situation.
They were from an individual.
Yeah, and
But,
it would have broke your heart. If you're an animal lover,
yeah,
would have broke your heart.
But go to the shelter, go to petfinder.org. If you have something in mind, do a search. You could even search by zip code and include photo listings and all kinds of stuff. This is Callie. We adopted Callie from our local veterinarian who was doing a rescue, because he found her rolling around in front of his truck at the airport when he went to. He was there to do I think he's got a little plane that he's got. See how expensive veterinarians are? They can have a plane. But we rescued her, and she's been a delight the whole time, because she is full of mess and fun to watch. But do go look at petfinder.org, or you can look up local organizations in your area. Petfinder.org is nationwide, and you can search by zip code, and they've got local organizations that you can talk to there. And some organizations are willing to even ship further if you find somebody that looks just perfect for you and looks like a good fit
They
from further away.
That's a new service that a lot of them have.
Yep, a lot of them will. There's actually people that will basically make, it's like the underground railroad of Pet Finder. They will do either a single truck with that does pet deliveries, that's their specialty, or I have seen some people who will set up a network from stop to stop, and will drive about 100 or 200 miles and then stop and meet somebody else in the area, and they'll drive about 100 or 200 miles and they'll meet somebody else, and they'll exchange the animal from person to person to person.
We actually saw them. We actually saw one where this lady had remanufactured a horse trailer to do this. We had stopped at a rest area coming back through North Carolina, and she had, how many dogs? Like 8?
Yeah, I think she had about 8 at a horse trailer full of kennels, just all kinds of different dogs. And she had stopped at the rest stop, and she does stops about 3 or 4 times a day during the course of the trip.
So they could pee
and lets everybody out for a little while to walk around, and gives them water and food, and
change out their hay.
Yeah, they've all got hay underneath so they can sleep on and absorbent, and then they shove it all out and put it in clean and fresh with every stop. So it's a real nice gig.
Yeah.
It's a nice service. So go look and adopt.